There seems to be a lot out there about analyzing cyberpunk, both concisely and in great detail. But I'd like to approach a different take on this, one within the context of realities and the future. When we look at the realities of media, we can divide them into nonfiction, so the real, and fiction, which can be further divided into realism, a depiction of objective reality, and this whole other world of speculative fiction, which is a broad genre that encompasses so many elements that are absent from present reality. This could be mythical creatures and magical ones, terrifying demons and ghosts, extraordinary powers to fight the forces of good versus evil, or the subgenre of sci-fi. Science fiction explores creative and futuristic concepts with an emphasis on science and advanced tech. We see a lot of sci-fi based on concepts like space exploration, time travel, parallel universes, and extraterrestrial life. But in the 21st century, we are seeing the prominence of sci-fi media touching topics like cyborgs and cybernetics, AI sentience, and the singularity. It is this combination that brings us to the cyberpunk subgenre of sci-fi. We understand cyberpunk to be characterized by lower parts of society decaying in the dystopian future of advanced tech. I really want to emphasize this aspect of dystopian future because I think it highlights why cyberpunk culture participants are so drawn to it. There's this exploration of possible futures, often criticizing current social practices and the probable, undesirable outcomes of it. Even with futuristic, non-existent technologies, the characters and enlarged their universes are picked apart in such a depth that it resonates with consumers of this fantastical genre. Cyberpunk also encapsulates both the hard and soft categories of sci-fi when investigating implications of scientific advancements in the societal context. Take, for instance, biopunk subgenre and cybernetic enhancements as part of transhumanist approaches. What does replacing biological material with tech mean for human identity? Is there a distinction between humans and cyborgs, or is it a spectrum? Is this a morally and ethically sound practice, or is it a natural progression of evolution? Who gets access to these privileges? And then who decides that? How is this regulated? There are endless questions. It might seem funny that all this discussion is about something fictional, but that brings me to my final point of realities. Cyberpunk depicts cyberspace, which can be thought about as a virtual reality in a sense. The VR is very present both in fiction as much as it is in physical reality, and cyberpunk highlights Jean Baudrillard's concept of the hyper-reality, where the immersive nature of virtual reality merges with our physical reality, and AI merges with human intelligence. There are so many metaphysical implications that arise from here. But most importantly, hyperreality is reflected very prominently into our society, especially to the current iteration of Web3 that has brought rise to the metaverse. But that's a topic for some other day. Thank you for listening, my fellow critics. I will be seeing you in the future.